Most students study for 4 hours to learn what top students learn in 90 minutes. Here's exactly how they do it. The problem isn't that you're not smart, it's your system. You've been studying in ways that waste time and don't stick. Follow the system and you'll learn faster, remember more, and it will feel like cheating. But before we start, know this. The last rule I'll show you is the game changer that kills procrastination forever. Don't skip it. Most students never discover it, and that's why they stay average. Let's start with Rule 1, the micro-failure method. Here's the problem. Most students stick to easy review. They read, highlight, maybe underline a few things. They nod, they feel confident, but their brain doesn't adapt. It learns nothing. You think you understand, but your memory is fragile. Top students do the opposite. They struggle on purpose. They pick a concept and attempt a problem just beyond what they're comfortable with. They fail. They analyze mistakes. They try again and again. Each struggle isn't a setback, it's the shortcut to deep understanding. Think of it like weightlifting for your brain. Easy reps, no gains. Push past your limits and the memory forms stronger, faster. This is called the desirable difficulty. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it works. Your brain will lock in what really matters, not what feels easy. Now, Rule 2, study in context. Memory isn't a vacuum. It's tied to the environment, the cues, the pressure around you. Most students study disconnected from exam conditions. Their brain thinks it's free time, not test time. So when the exam arrives, the information feels foreign. Top students mimic the environment. They sit like it's an exam. Desks set up the same way. Computer and notes exactly how they'll appear. Even lighting matters. They practice under pressure. Timed quizzes, verbal explanations, pretend audiences. Your recall gets tied to context, so it triggers naturally under stress. It's subtle, but powerful. You can cram every fact into your brain, but if your surroundings don't match the exam, your memory won't cooperate. Context turns raw memorization into usable knowledge. Next up, Rule 3, the intra-leaving shuffle. Here's what most students do. Finish one chapter, then move to the next. One subject, all at once. Your brain gets lazy. It doesn't practice switching context, solving problems in varied situations. That's why cramming often fails. Top students mix topics. They rotate between 3 or 4 subjects in a single study block. A math problem, then a history question, then a science concept. Back to math. And they mix problem types too. Memorization, analysis, application. The brain learns to switch gears. It adapts. It solves problems faster. This isn't chaos, it's strategic. Interleaving creates connections between topics, improves problem solving, and speeds up learning. Your sessions feel faster because you're training their brain to operate at real exam speed. You're not just learning, you're practicing the way you'll be tested. Notice how each rule builds on the last. Micro-failure makes your memory durable. Context ensures it triggers when you need it. Interleaving trains your brain to adapt. These aren't random tricks. They're the systems that let top students finish hours of work in 90 minutes. And if you think that's fast, wait until you see the next rules. We're going to expose the lies your brain tells you about how much you actually know and how to schedule your energy to crush fatigue before it hits.
Rule 4 is the anti-overconfidence checkpoint. Here's the truth, your brain lies to you. You feel like you know something, but under pressure it slips. Most students assume mastery after a casual review. Then the exam hits and the cracks appear. That's failure disguised as confidence. Top students don't trust that illusion. They test themselves brutally. After reviewing a concept, they teach it aloud, to a friend, a sibling, even an imaginary student in the mirror. They explain without notes, without hints. And when they stumble, they pause, correct, and try again. This exposes hidden gaps in understanding. You see the spots your brain pretends are solid, and by fixing them immediately, you strengthen memory. You're no longer gambling with your knowledge, you're engineering certainty. Now, Rule 5, energy-based scheduling. You might follow some fixed timetable you found online or at school. 8 to 10 every morning, 3 to 5 in the evening. But here's the problem. Most students study when their energy is low. They force focus when their brain is tired. Hours wasted, memory weak, efficiency lost. Top students match tasks to energy cycles. They identify peak hours, morning, afternoon, late night, whatever works for them. Hard concepts go into the high energy window. Difficult problems, heavy memorization, deep understanding. Low energy periods aren't wasted, therefore review, flashcards, light repetition. The difference is staggering. Studying at the wrong time is like trying to lift weights after running a marathon. It's possible, but slow, painful, and mostly wasted. Study when your brain is ready to perform, and everything accelerates. Finally, the game changer, the rule that kills procrastination forever, the 5-minute start rule. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's friction. Starting a task feels enormous, but once you begin, momentum carries you forward. Tell yourself, I'll study for just 5 minutes. Open the notes, solve one problem, just start. That's it. Almost every time, those 5 minutes turn into 30, 40, even 60 minutes. Momentum is addictive once your brain is in motion. This tiny activation energy bypasses the excuses and the guilt loop that traps most students. These 5 rules, micro-failure, context, interleaving, anti-overconfidence, energy scheduling, are your new baseline. Use them together. They create a system where studying isn't a grind. It's predictable, efficient, and fast. Think about it. You've been spinning in loops of note-taking, passive reading, and short bursts of focus that vanish the next day. That ends now. You have better systems at your fingertips. They're ready to deploy, but you have to act. Stop being the student who spends hours scrolling through notes and forgetting everything. Stop hoping repetition will magically stick. Instead, embrace the methods that top students rely on, the ones that make learning feel effortless because it actually works. Try these rules for 1 week. Micro-failure for every difficult concept, context for every memory you want to recall, interleaving to keep your brain sharp and adaptable, anti-overconfidence to expose hidden gaps, energy scheduling to harness your peak performance. Follow the 5-minute start rule to kick procrastination in the gut before it begins. At the end of the week, your study sessions won't just feel faster, they'll feel smarter. You'll know more in less time. You'll feel competent, in control, ahead. And for the first time, it will stick. That's not luck, that's engineering your success. Decide who you are, the student who scrolls, dawdles, and regrets, or the one who wins. 1 week, 5 rules, a better system than anyone else in your class. That's all it takes. If you want to supercharge these systems, learn to focus for 4 hours straight without burning out, and eliminate distractions permanently, watch my next video. Most students fail there, but you'll master it. And that's how top students turn hours of wasted effort into 90 minutes of real learning.